Hey guys and gals, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. Did you see gold? Look at this. Somebody knows something about something. Look at gold. Look at gold. Wow. Gold just spiked up out of nowhere. All right. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that, but gold just started spiking like crazy. So maybe that's yeah.
Yeah, 62 is high. I've told people.
Well,
Canadian employment change are looking for 5,000 gain. Well, 5 gain. I guess it's 5,000.
yeah, it is 5,000. Yeah.
13.8. Gold is now at 50, barely hanging on to $58. So we've lost $7 in just literally about less than 2 minutes. Now we're at 57. So people just get worked up over that stuff. They don't pay attention to it. You gotta know what these numbers are.
Got to be a bad number.
Let's see. Nothing yet.
Oh, maybe it was just the bid dropping in the dollar yen.
287, boom!
Holy
yeah, baby! I told y'all!
You freaking crazy!
I'm already get to my euro.
Cow. Oh my God.
I told y'all.
I guess
219.
I was going to take profits in my euro, but
I've already taken profits.
Holy cow. Oh my God. What did by the way, what did Canadian jobs report come in at? Wow. Wow. Hold on. Dude, that was huge.
Canadian came in at minus 0.70.
Wow. So Canadian jobs reports missed. Oh, I got to buy the dollar Canadian now.
I was looking for a move up to 11.75, and it stopped at 21. Looks like 21.09. So I suck. I was off by 2 handles on the S&P on that rally up. I think that we could still juice up to potentially 14.25. Oh, and gold. I love the inside of gold because right now gold is nearly $30 off its highs when it was making those highs 2 minutes.
Oh my God. Dude, that is just nuts. Wow. Okay, well, I just added a little bit to my euro dollar short exposure, not too much. I added a little bit here. I bought a little bit of dollar Canadian. I'm going to buy a little bit more here in a bit. So I'll let it dip to 30.50 and then I'm going to buy some more. Euro is at 110. Wow, look at the euro just getting crushed. Well, I'm glad I kept my euro short.
I kept my
Wow.
euros short, and I wish I would have probably still hung on. Let's see the euros. There's my number, 10.04 in the euro. I actually exit on this. Remember my number, 10.04 and 9.84. Like I said, y'all might think I'm a USA cheerleader, but you know what? At the end of the day, like Jim Rome says, scoreboard is all that matters. I would be covering on your run here, 10.04 in the euro, but we will make it down potentially to 9.84 to 9.63.
Well, that's something, Paul. That is something.
And it looked like I was being overboard with my 219, 213. Man, I was underboard. I knew this USA economy would come back. I told you all those idiots like Santelli, he's the biggest loser on CNBC. Used to have a lot of respect, but said, sorry, bum. He doesn't know anything. Everybody that keeps dogging this USA economy, you've been wrong. All along wrong. This USA economy is doing great. We're the best economy in the globe, and that's not even being a cheerleader. That's just talking facts.
It is a bum. I'll tell you. Okay, so here's the euro dollar back at. I just sold a little bit more, 110.20. Just letting you guys know.
You can sell that euro against 10.36, folks.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that I get positioned here in the dollar.
I'm selling it against that 10.36, and I ain't even worried about it. And here we are, 10.31.
Oh yeah, 10.30. We bounced.
I'm short now. I'm short. I have no problem with the balance because I know at the end of the day, I don't mean today, I mean end of the day looking out, euro will be lower. And you made an excellent point about the FOMC too, because you're right. You're calling it right as far as what it can do and things like that. You know what I mean? So what it can realistically go on and do, and whether they're going to go on and what their concerns and worries are. I don't think that you're right about the equities. I'm more worried about that. And I said, let me take a look at the wage gains on this thing. Hang on. What was the wage gains?
Just sold some Aussie too.
Wage gains is I'm back in the black. Let me see. Okay.
Wow, Aussie came all the way back. I sold the Aussie.
Scalped again. Let's see, because I'm looking
at 09.
Unemployment rate. It came in at 0.10, so they're not going to raise rates now. They won't raise rates. It came at 0.10. If it would have jumped up to like 0.3, they probably would have raised rates. I was saying in the webinar before you came on is that they were going to raise.
The unemployment rate. Got it. So the unemployment rate ticked lower. Average hourly earnings ticked lower too. That
kills that deal.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's a good idea just to scalp around here. Although lower later on in the session, we may eventually make that move to 9. But here you just want to jump in and out, grab a few pips. If you can grab yourself 10 pips here, tend to jump around like that. I don't think we're going to go to 94 right off the bat. Although as the session winds down, we'll be working lower. There's no doubt my mind will be down to 984 sometime next week. But
this dollar Canadian's coming down quite a bit.
Yeah, because I told people that. Guys asked me, I said, and we talked about it this morning. I said, watch him take out the highs, and then on a short-term basis, you can exit out there. I think the dollar CAD is going higher, but look at that rally. From 28.78, we've already rallied to today's high. We rallied 200 pips, which isn't a whole lot, but it's still pretty good in the dollar CAD. I think dollar CAD, we're still going to 138 overall, but if you got long near those lows yesterday, you had some good coin in your pocket.
Yeah.
Taking that profit.
So the unemployment rate came down in the Canadian. That's what's helping that. But still, just keep in mind, crude oil is still trading below 46. So I don't mind staying short that.
I'm not short again euro right now again. So just, I kept short and covered, and I'm just getting short again. And if we make a move down here to the 10 teens, I'll probably take out a quick 20 pips or so. And I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm already in the black right now on that one, so I'm just scalping around right now.
Makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, I sold the Aussie, and that Aussie came screaming back. Let's see the Kiwi. Let's see what that's doing. So the Kiwi sold off to 15. Wow, and it came all the way back.
Yeah, I just jumped out again. I'm just grabbing pips here and there just to. I think we're going to go lower, but I don't mind, Jan. Because right now what's going to happen is how low can it go? If they can't go lower right now, then they'll make a run back up to the highs around 1052, and then they'll roll back over again. So I don't want to kind of dancing in and out right now with the euro. I think that's the best way people play it. If you trade the way Blake does, and you're probably going to get paid anyway, sometime next week, we'll be in the nines, but that's just not my style of trading.
Yeah. Well, so equities bounced pretty aggressively here. Let's see if they...
Yeah, I told people we'd rally up to 21.11.75 potentially, and back to 21.04. Right now we're 21.02.5 right now. So I think they're kind of holding here, and then maybe later in the day we can make a move toward that overall 14.25, and we'll see. But it's the thing that's, I told people I thought a good NFP would help the E-minis, but what's going to wait a little bit on the E-minis, like what you were saying, would the Fed raise? Well, the Fed's not going to raise, but I think on any rally up to 21.14, I would look. We eclipsed 21.11. I would look to just exit out of your screws and just sit back. I mean, it's called trading. It's not investing. You just go back and forth. But I tell people, I go, the only way I could trade the sprues successfully is if that's all I trade, because the sprues are a completely different kind of animal the way they trade.
Yeah.
I mean, on the downside, and I'll be doggone if I didn't give it back up on the website when I thought it couldn't go any higher. And I gave up all those. Thank God I had stops, or I'd have had my head ripped off the way this S&P's taken off.
Yeah. All right. Well,
congratulations on your Euro shorts, though, and I guess that's all I got here. But
thanks.
Congratulations on those Euro shorts.
Thank you. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit longer. A little bit longer. I sold some at 18. I sold some at 20. So my cost average is at 50. At 110.50, and I'm going to sit in it for just a bit. The dollar Canadian's ripping back up. Look at this dollar Canadian.
Look at this. Move back up to around 52-ish, and I'll be happy to sell it. I don't care if I'm down or whatever. I'll catch it again. 30.83. 30.83, folks, is a key level in the dollar CAD. So we're ripping up again. 30.83 is a nice volume area, as is 31.07. The top of the zone is 31.31, but this 30.83 is very nice from a volume area on the 2 hour. So you could maybe lop off.
Yeah, if we can break through 131. Now remember, it's all right now. It's about crude, So
you're right. 31.31 is solid as a rock. So you would see some pretty good people laying off some longs that were on 31.31. From a day trade standpoint, I take this 30.83. If I was long and I'm not long dollar.
I closed my Aussie because I'm not paying attention to it. I got that off my screen because I've got some good Canadian right now.
Well, we both made some nice change in the trade.
Yeah. I mean,
we always, I always do pretty good on the NFP with our day trading.
We do.
Back and forth, so.
We do.
I don't know what's going to happen with you right now. They're trying to see if they can hold this area. We'll take out 1036. Whether we follow through on it or not, but if we do, then we're going to 1052. But we could slide here, take out the lows, like maybe just barely dip to 984, and I would cover all my shorts from a day trading standpoint. If we dip to new lows and we get into the 980 on a scare, get the F out. I would suggest. But I do still think overall we're going to 823, 826 to 843 in the euro, but it's not going to happen today.
Stocks are very, very resilient at this point.
Yeah, we're going to go back to 20. I think we'll go to 21.14 before it's all said and done.
Yeah. All right. Well. Very, very good price action today. And this, here, I'm going to go back to this is just a 1 minute, or I guess I can go back to a 5 minute here in the euro. Now, actually, 1 minute chart's probably better in this environment. So we're just kind of holding there. The dollar Canadian pushed into new highs, and I'm long the dollar Canadian. My cost average is 130.62, so I'm basically own it near here. I do not mind being long. Because crude oil looks weak. Ooh, stocks are just ripping higher, guys.
Yep. We're going to go to 21.14. Now, I would exit at 21.11.75, just get the hell out of Dodge. And it's played into perfectly what we were looking for. I was looking for 21.11.75 potentially, and I told y'all we would back down to 21.04. We made it to 21.09 a quarter, and we backed down to 21.02, and here we are reasserting ourselves. But you're right, this crude is just going to work lower because, like I said, I thought that was very key. What I said was just an observation, not what I'm saying was key, is that for the last 5 days or so, the market's been all bid one day, all offer the next day. All bid the next day, all offer, which means nobody had any real control. That number yesterday in the technical damage says we're going lower, and as I told you earlier, they will sell crude oil with impunity going forward. So that bodes well for the dollar CAD. So Blake is his 138. I won't be there. Blake is going to make a chunk and change. I'm going to make a few nickels just day trading, but Blake is the one who's going to make a chunk of change.
Well, I'm long the Euro Canadian. I'm long the dollar Canadian. I plan on staying in those as long as the dollar Canadian can hold its bid throughout the day, and we can hold around the highs. Then I'll stick around in those. The euro dollar, I don't know what I want to do with the euro here, Paul.
That's what I'm telling you. If they can't break a little bit lower, this 1007, that was my number. I told people it's actually 1007 on the 30-minute, 1004 on the 2-hour. We discussed that even since yesterday. So we got that number. If we can't revisit it, they're going to go up there, and at the very least, they're going to take out 1036. Go back up there. If we can hold that 1036, we'll move up to 1052, and that's where I want to be a seller. For me, if you have to look at the Trader Dante always gives a good point. He goes, it's a moving RR, meaning you have to look at how much you're at 1018 right now. If you think you're going to get 984, okay, you're looking to make maybe 30, but how much you're going to risk? If you risk up to 50, now you're basically risking 40 to make 30. That's what I'm saying. Is it the way the euro's holding now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just hitting right now is if you're not looking for a whole lot, I would just be covering. It may get down there, but there just may not be that follow through. So I'm flat right now. If they hold this area, they're going to go back up there. What they can do is get above 36, 38, not have any fillers in there, and then just go slide back down. So if you wanted to, and you really want to be short, I would say cover, and then I would get short above 38, and then I would add again at 52. For me, I'll just wait until I get a move closer to 52, all things being equal, because we should have slammed them down right now to 984. That number's so good, we should already be at 984. That's my problem with the euro at the moment. But I think that it's set in stone that the euro will eventually go lower. But for me, I'm flat right now. I will not get short. I might get short at 1048, which is a level at the 30-minute, but I would look for a rebound up to 1052. And I will get short. I don't care if it goes to 1105. I will get short and stay short at 1052.
All right. So the Aussie is just rallying right now, really, really sharply. FYI.
Yeah, we got that pullback yesterday. It was not a bad pullback either. It didn't go all the way to 74, but we got a very nice pullback on the Aussie. Now we're here at 75.30. I still think it keeps making these little highs. Look, here's the deal. I would sell this sucker at 75.56, which is the bottom of a 2-hour zone. 75.56 to 76.03. I don't think there's anything left. It can push up higher, but I would, if you want to be on the safe side, I would start to scale in at 75.56, where it'll take out the last two retracement highs, and then you could go on and add on at 76.03. Then I think you're good. But I would sell into the Aussie. I would sell into the Aussie at 75.56. Let them spike up. I don't care. I'm just saying from a longer term standpoint. If you're day trading, I don't think the Aussie is a very good market to day trade anyway. But we'll see. But you see, here's the euro. It's working higher. It's 10 pips higher. Not a whole lot. 10.28 on the 30-minute. We're getting 10.30. My thinking is if you hell bent to short the euro, you can short it at around 10.38, 10.40, and then add again 10.52. I'm going to be patient. The earliest I'll get back into the euro on a short is 48, but I'll be looking to 10.52, and I'll get short and stay short for the long haul. I mean, that's my outlook for the long haul.
All right. I bought some U.S. dollar Norwegian krona actually, just down here at 850. And the reason why is I'm still looking at crude. This Canadian's weakening a little bit though.
Yeah, that's what I told you. We got to that level. I told you 3083. And I said that was a very nice volume area. And guess what? We got to 3083 and we actually stopped on it. And now we've already fallen 40 pips. It's a good volume area. The
Kiwi's going to hit new highs here. FYI.
And Euro's at 32, the 31 now. So, I mean, like I said, I look at things from a day trading standpoint or scalping standpoint, so I have to be careful with my entries. I just don't. I've traded this euro for a long time, for years. I just didn't like the way it looked. It should have been making those lows at 980 something. So if you still believe it's going to 980 something, someone could say, "Well, you're still wrong." Okay, then short it now. You're at 1026. You're 10 pips higher, almost 10 pips higher than you were earlier. But I just didn't like the action at in the 10 teens. We'll see what happens, but I'll be patient. I don't mind. I made some nice change, not a ton of money, but I made some nice change already, and I want my number. I want something closer to 1052, but we'll see what it does. The action we're seeing now, if we do get to 980s, I'd get the hell out of Dodge on that, because I don't think there'd be a lot of follow through.
All right, equities had spiked up, guys, and looks like we're coming off a little bit, so just be careful. There's the equity markets right there. There's the Dow. Just take a real quick look at it. Look at that spiking right in. You know, here, let me delete everything here.
God, I feel sorry for anybody that bought into that gold thing, thinking that the gold traders saw something. They didn't see what they saw. Something was a bunch of buy stops, and they cleaned everybody's pockets, because now the gold market fell almost $30 from the top.
Right.
People just got reamed big time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so there's the U.S. equity markets. This is the Dow futures. I'm just trying to see where we're at here. Yeah, it's just such big resistance up here. Dollar Swiss new highs. Wow, the dollar Swiss new highs, Paul.
Yeah, I don't pay too much attention to the dollar Swiss, but it's giving you an indication where the dollar's going overall. You see what I'm saying? I sent out an alert to our Wise Trade customers yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I'm like, the dollar Swiss is telling us a story. It's telling us that, you know, people are not willing to hold the Swiss in this environment, that things are, you know, Brexit's maybe not as big of a deal. And when we were risk off, the dollar Swiss was going higher, which means that the dollar is really acting at like a risk off and a risk off barometer. You know, it's the safe haven currency. And so you guys remember that old trade. You know, if the market goes risk off, the dollar comes into demand. So. Well, the euro's at 1014, so we're just sloshing around here. Anybody that tried to play it on the long side might be getting a little nervous. So maybe we can goose some stops and take out that low.
We might.
Again, I can't reiterate it enough. I'd get the hell out on the low if you're a day trader. If they push them, because it looks like the longs aren't being rewarded, so we're just going to hit some stops a little bit lower, but I just don't see a new leg down. Could be wrong overall. I think we're going lower next week, but for right now, the euro should have already been at the 980s. Everybody that was long the euro should be wishing their daddies had met their mamas, and but that's not the case right now.
Hey, Paul, continue to talk. I'll be here. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay, but this euro, you see, we're holding here at 1017.16. I'm looking at it from a day trader, scalper standpoint, and I'm used to trading big reports. In the sense that what I'm saying is, I make money when I get these big reports like NFP or whatever, or FOMC. The action, what I'm trying to say is the action isn't good. If we break lower, I just don't see follow through. It doesn't mean that we won't break lower and sit there for a little while, like if we break into the 980s. But I just don't see the market turn around and come apart. What would probably happen if we got to the 980s, we'd hang around for a little bit, we'd start to rally, and we might make it back to like the 1020s, and then the market would just sit there and do a whole bunch of nothing.
So crude oil is staging a little bit of a rally back too, Paul.
Just sold off. You see what I'm saying? But I think they will sell this thing with impunity. The key levels above it on the crude oil are going to be 46.40. 46.40 is we've got a zone on the 2 hour, 46.40 to 47.29. So above it, 46.40, 46.87, and 47.29. They will sell crude with impunity.
I think we are in a flag, actually. It looks like this. I would not fall for this rally in crude.
Oh, yeah, no. No, you just have to pick your levels. The first level you want to look at is 46.40. Now, if you're saying, well, that's still 40 cents away, okay, well, then now you know what your risk is. But I would look for any kind of move towards the 46 where the market will lean on them.
Sold the U.S. dollar Norwegian krone. Some profit
nobody's
there.
Nobody's going to care what crude does anymore. What I'm saying is anybody that's a crude trader, in my book, is not going to, they don't care anymore. It's like, you know what, you're not going to fool me anymore. Okay, I'm going to short you at 46.40, and I don't care if you lay 50 cents or 70 cents on me, because I know you're going. That's what I'm saying. I believe that will be the mindset going forward, that they will sell this thing with impunity. So you just have to pick your levels and just come and know the levels above you and below you, so that you say, I'm willing to sell at this level, and I know, so that you don't get spooked out of your trades. Now you can look at some fibs on the, and we'll take a quick look real quick on the fib from yesterday's, hang on one moment, let's see. Let's see, so the 38% comes in at 48.16. So yesterday's high, 48.25, to yesterday's low, 44.87. And by the way, 44.92 was our bias pivot on the 2-hour chart. For some of those that I posted the chart. So the 46.16 is the 38% of yesterday's range. And remember I said 46.40 is the bottom of that 2-hour zone. So crude can rally all at once. Nobody's going to care. Everybody's just going to be saying, where's the best place for me to put in my shorts? Nobody's going to get fooled by crude anymore. So it can do what it wants. Gold has rallied up essentially $12 from its low almost, or $11. But man, a lot of people got run the heck over big time. So the idea that on a weekly close, if that happens, we close below 1362.60 is pretty big.
I don't like how this dollar Canadian keeps pulling back.
Yeah, that's not good. We talked about that 36.83. I think it will go higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will go higher. But here's the deal: if you log on 200 pips from yesterday's low in 24 hours, I mean, come on. Who doesn't take that off the table? But I think it will still work higher. And we did talk about that right now live. We talked about 30.83. I go, it's a good area. It's a good volume area. If you look at it on a 2-hour chart, because of all the touches, that means that there's a lot of volume there. People are going to take that and exit those longs. And Euro's still hanging around here at 10.25. So bulls aren't winning, bears aren't winning, but where are we at right now? We're a whole lot lower. So the easier trade it really is for stops to be run up to the upside. And on a 30-minute, it's 10.48, and I'll probably somewhere between 10.48 and 10.52. I'll put back on shorts.
Oh, in the euro.
Yeah, in the euro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not falling for this. I'm not good. I mean, I scalped it a few more times after the initial fall, which I was short going into the report, because I almost didn't be short. And I thought, hey, stupid, if you really think it's going to go 200 plus, I go, then get short and stay short. So I shorted about 10 minutes before the.
Is that you talking? That you talking to yourself, Paul?
Yeah, me talking to myself. Because I'm thinking like, how can you not be short, idiot? If you're saying 200 plus, how can you not be short? I go, you know what? I better hurry and get short before the report, especially in case they fall before the report even comes out. So that's what would happen. So I got short, thankfully. I was able to grab like, I don't know.
Patrick says the Euro Aussie. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Holy Moses. Wow, look at that thing.
Wow.
Woo.
I can't trade those questions. Those are just too hot and heavy for me. Those some of those swings.
Oh, I love them. Let's see. Where there's the Euro Aussie. Let's see the Euro New Zealand. That thing's 150 is where I'm interested there. Man, the euro is just getting beat up. I mean, look at the euro pound. Euro pound's coming down pretty aggressively today. I was short that thing last night. Stupid me covering that. I covered it early, obviously. The euro Canadian even came under pressure. I picked up a little bit more euro Canadian. My cost average is at 143.55, but I'm still waiting for this thing to break higher. Ricardo says the pound New Zealand is nearing my entry. It is.
Holy smokes!
Oh God!
I don't trade that kind of stuff, man. Some of those cross rate moves are wild as all get out.
Yeah, 176 is what I've been telling Ricardo.
That's a good call.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it looks so attractive to buy it. You know, when you're here, you know, you're here and you go, you know.
I can't trade those one-way trains. I just can't. That's not.
They're tough.
I can't.
No, but you know, it's if we just continue to drift lower, we're getting to a point where, you know, it could probably bounce pretty soon, especially being that I think the Kiwi's not going much higher from here. The euro's still holding up pretty well. I mean, holding up.
It makes sense that they'll start to cover shorts.
Okay, here's the flip side to that, Paul. the euro hasn't rallied with the Kiwi, the Aussie, the Canadian, and
That's an excellent point.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the euro hit new lows, and I might cover up some if we get down to it.
I would. That's a good insight that you have. I used to try and look at those cross rates to at least give me an indication, but it was just too much stuff to follow. But that's excellent insight that you're making, because it looks like my take would be, looking only at the euro, hey, it looks like they'll goose some stops to the upside. But what you're stating makes sense, that they'll just roll down, hit some stops lower, but I would cover on those stops lower. And then if it gets down to 980, then I will readjust and I will short at around 1025 on a rally back later on.
So this is a 1 minute chart, and I hate doing this on 1 minute charts, but you can really see the consolidation that's going on right now.
Well, I think 1 minute charts make a lot of sense on an NFP day. You want to be confident to be short as can get.
They do, but what I'm saying is I hate looking at them, but on NFP days you have to, and so there's the euro, above.
Looking at that chart on that 1 minute chart, and I'm being serious. Where do you see it breaking out to? Because what I would do is I would take the low to the retracement high and then add it onto the triangle, and
that would be max. That would be max.
Exactly. So you're gonna go, exactly.
Max extension. This would be minimum extension. Depends on how the rest of the day.
The max extension, which I think takes us to around 1055 or whatever.
Yeah, you can do that.
I like the beggar max. Take that one. Oh, that takes us up to like 1074 or 64.
Yeah.
Because if you hit the stops now, nobody's going to come in to short it again too quickly. So you're going to have to give it some room. I don't know about 64. That's a bit of a stretch. But like I said, I'll be taking 52 to 55. I think is reasonable. You might even get 57, and then I'm going to get short, and I'm going to stay short, and I'll stay short over the weekend. Generally I won't hold things over the weekend, but I'll hold that one over the weekend. You see something like almost close to 300. That tells you where the euro's going. That tells you where the U.S. is going too.
Yeah, So I think you just gotta watch it carefully here. I mean, we may try to break higher. How much higher are we going to go? I don't know. That's a pretty strong number too. The headline number, Paul. It's a pretty strong headline number that we've got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is looking out. As if people looking at, and don't forget, I told people that was why you're gone. A lot of banks now have a forecast for 106, 102. So what you have to look at is these banks are not. I told people when we were rallying the euro, when we were selling it back then, it was whatever it was last week. I told them they're not going to be worried about being down 150, 175 pips. They're going to ride this thing all the way down. So you have to look at in a bigger perspective, saying, you know what? Yeah, we're probably going to go lower over on the euro. Now you see this NFP number close to 300,000. You say, wait a minute, that's pretty obvious where we're going. Now, what it does in the meantime, that's where you just jump in and out trading and making your money. I'm going to be happy to get short at 1050. Maybe it doesn't make it. Maybe Blake's right. When you look at everything else, maybe it dips down to 980. I wish I was still short, but then I'll just move my limit to 1025 and I'll get short on a bounce back. But
here's the euro trying to make a bounce right now. We'll probably bounce back up to at least 1035.
I think probably closer. We should blow past the 35 area. I think you probably make it up to at least 42. But they did a lot of work on that 1 minute chart. If you think of it, I don't look at 1 minute charts. That augurs really to me to at least 1048 to 1052, which is where I'll come in, and that's why.
This dollar Canadian's comment coming in pretty hard actually, which I'm not happy about right now. Look at this. We've retraced. But it retraced the whole Canadian number. It's typical Canadian, which really pisses me off because crude is still relatively weak. All right. Well, I think Kip should be here. Kip.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yep. All right. Hey, I'm going to pass it over to you, Kip. It's time for me to take a break. I need to run and take a break. So.
Okay.
All right. How's it going, Kip? What's wrong?
It's good. It's just